Good evening. I'm Erica Manny, and I am the Regional CEO for the Red Cross for West Virginia. I'm a lifelong West Virginian and the mother of two great kids. I was born and raised in Weirton, West Virginia, in the northern panhandle of our state. I was educated at WVU for undergrad and law school, and I've enjoyed working in the capital city of West Virginia for about the last 15 years. And I've worked in 3 governor's offices, and now I continue to try to stay active in the community and do volunteer activities. I love West Virginia, and I love the people in West Virginia. I want my children to thrive here and ultimately choose to stay in West Virginia. By providing our kids with the tools they need and encouraging them to have experiences that will lead to their own love of West Virginia, we can ensure that we will have a future of generations that live here, invest here, thrive here, and make West Virginia stronger. There are many tools that our children need to be successful. They need education, and they have to have well-being. Those are at the top of the list. Additionally, they need us as their parents and as adult role models to give them experiences that give them a sense of self and a sense of worth in our world, in our state, and in our community, and a sense that they too can make West Virginia a better place. Our examples as parents and adult role models shape the values of our children for life. West Virginians are amazing at contributing to our communities, and we need to pass that on to the next generation. As the regional CEO for the American Red Cross here, I get to see firsthand how in times of disaster and in times of need, West Virginians are there to show that neighbors help neighbors. And it's not just through the Red Cross. There are so many wonderful organizations in this state that offer opportunities for us and our children to get involved and to really impact West Virginia. As a former board member and volunteer of the Ronald McDonald House of Southern West Virginia, I saw the time and energy that people put into a mission that they believed in. I see that at Red Cross. In the nonprofit and voluntary organization world, we see people dedicating their time and money to bettering our state. They're bettering their communities every day, and they're not getting paid for it. These are people across all socioeconomic spectrum who are giving back to the communities through service and setting the example for their children to get involved and better their communities. So let's instill in our children a sense of commitment in helping their communities and to volunteering or contributing to organizations that are at work on the ground every day to improve the lives of West Virginians and give those among us who are in need a hand up. What a better way to prevent the brain drain that we hear about in this state than to allow our children to fall in love with what they can do in West Virginia. They can do this through meaningful work in their communities. They need to take part in experiences that will broaden their horizons, and they will also be able to help others while doing that. Look at what West Virginia gained with the volunteer service of Jay Rockefeller in the 60s. He came to West Virginia as a VISTA volunteer. The work he did as a volunteer here led him to fall in love with this state and led to decades of service on behalf of West Virginians in the state and nationwide. Volunteering can inspire our children to a life of making their communities a better place. There are so many ways to show a commitment to volunteering and contributing to volunteer organizations. A friend of mine, Janine, recently shared with me that while she was a not a stay-at-home, but a single mother working and volunteering at her local fire department, she had a young babysitter who was about 13 years old, and she came to find that this babysitter found out that she was doing some volunteer work, and that was one of the reasons that Janine needed a babysitter. So that 13-year-old babysitter said to Janine, hey, while you're doing volunteer work in our community, I'm not going to charge you, a full hourly rate for my babysitting work. I want to support you in doing that. So I think that is a genuine example of how, whether you're Jay Rockefeller or whether you're a 13-year-old kid, you have the power to support your community and make a difference. And I realize that while many people are able to give a lot of their time and money, not everyone is in a position to do that. But we can all show support, much like that 13-year-old girl. And we can encourage our employers to get involved in workplace giving campaigns, or being the kind of manager or supervisor that allows employees who have a passion for things like high school mentoring programs to have flexible schedules so that if they want to go and do mentoring, they can do that during the daytime when it's needed and then come back and finish their workday. These are just a few easy examples as to how we can support volunteerism and service to our state. So let's set that example for our children. Let's give them a sense of service and a commitment to their communities, and get them involved in volunteering in something that will inspire them, and a love of how they can impact West Virginia. They are watching and following our examples. They are the future of West Virginia. Thank you.